Are we about to see a massive crash within the crypto markets? Because yes, breaking news, FTX will be liquidating their crypto wallets. They have around about 3.4 billion and they're planning on dumping 200 million a week. So will this impact the markets? We're going to find out exactly that, but we're also going to look at the charts of Bitcoin, the dollar index and Solana, because yes, we saw a major impact after this news from FTX and we saw that Solana dumped around about 10%. So we're going to find out what we could expect, but guys, we're going to directly start over with the news. But first of all, I want to thank you all for subscribing to my channel. Yes, we are over 2,000 subscribers and I really appreciate each one of you. So let's go over to the news. I mean, yes guys, these news are major, but first of all, we have to look at the facts. Will this impact the markets? So firstly, these coins will not be market sold. I bet most will go over OTC, and this means there are major market makers that are going to sell the coins slowly into the markets, that we're not going to see a massive dump. And guys, next point, Bitcoin and Ethereum, they have a good amount but not billions. This will be absorbed by the markets. So yes, we can see all of the coins that they've been holding, and we can see that they are holding a lot of Solana, and that is why we also saw a major impact in the price of Solana. But this is really important, it is not approved and these are customer funds. So yes guys, maybe they're not even going to sell all of these coins into the markets, because yes, the Federal Reserve or the CFTC will check, because all of these funds are customer funds. So yes, I don't think they can just dump it onto the markets. But the most important fact is yes, the FUD around this is worse than the actual event itself, because guys, there are certain rules which FTX has to follow. They cannot just dump all of these coins into the markets, and first of all these facts are not even approved. But let's go over to the charts to find out what we could expect for Bitcoin and also Solana. So first of all, yes, Bitcoin is going sideways on the daily chart, and we can see that the price movement is quite stable in this range of in between 26,390 and all the way back down to the levels of 25,400 US dollars. So we can see that Bitcoin is moving within this range. So first of all, this is quite bullish, because with all this major FUD in the markets, we don't see the markets react. We saw that Solana dump towards the downside, so let's go over to Solana. And yes, we saw this major news from FTX and we saw this major dump towards the downside. And if we look at the charts, how much FTX actually holds Solana, we can see that it's quite a lot. And this is why the people are panicking and selling all of the Solana exactly here. But if we zoom out, we can see that we are in this major range. And Solana came all the way up to the levels of 32 US dollars. And now we saw this dump towards the downside. But guys, we can see that from the bottom, we've been holding this trend line, and at the moment we are very close in breaking this trend line. So what I could expect, that we're going to see something similar like this, that we're going to see a wick towards the downside and a lot of people selling. But guys, a lot of people selling is the best opportunity to scoop up all these coins, because yes, if we look at the bigger perspective, I don't think that Solana is going to go away. They have a big community and a lot of developers working on a lot of projects and also NFT projects. So I really do believe that Solana is going to come all the way back up to its all-time high, which is round about the levels of 260 within the next bull run. So if we're going to look at the measured move all the way from the price movement that we are at the moment all the way to the top, this would be 1,000% move towards the upside. And yes guys, I think dollar cost averaging into Solana, not with a big amount, but with small change, is really going to make a good investment if we're going to see that the major bull run is going to start and Solana is going to come all the way back up into these ranges. So yes, dollar cost average with a small amount into Solana, because I really think that they're going to make a major move within the next bull run. But guys, let's go back over to Bitcoin. And yes, on the daily chart, guys, like I showed you in the previous video, that this price movement looks similar to the price movement we had all the way back here. And remember, we had a FOMC meeting exactly in these areas. And yes guys, the next date for the FOMC meeting is going to be the 20th of September. So maybe Bitcoin is going to come all the way back into the support zone. But guys, ultimately I think that Bitcoin is near the bottom and we could expect that the price movement is going to come all the way back up. But let's look at the important level that Bitcoin needs to hold. So first of all, yes, this range is going to be very important. If Bitcoin is going to hold this range and break back above the 13 EMA, which is round about the level of 26,000 US dollars, we could expect that yes, we're going to see a price movement back into this major range. What is going to be very important is that Bitcoin is going to break the 200 moving average on the daily chart and also the 100 moving average. So exactly this range towards the upside that we could expect, yes guys, we're going to come all the way back up above the 29,000 US dollars, and that we could expect, yes, that Bitcoin is going to move within this range before we're going to see the next major breakout breaking the 31,000 US dollar level. But guys, let's go over on the weekly chart, and on the weekly chart, yes, if we turn on the moving average, the 200 moving average, then we can see we broke the 200 moving average way up here at the level of 27,000 US dollars. But at the moment we can see that Bitcoin is pretty much a stable coin and going sideways. But guys, this is most of the time an indication that we're going to see a major move. So we're going to look at both scenarios, the bearish and also the bullish case. And for the bearish case, I expect that Bitcoin is going to come all the way back to this trend line, and this is going to be my worst case scenario, and that we're going to see a major move from this area. Or we could expect my bullish case is going to be that we're going to see a consolidation and a breakout back above this major range and closing a weekly candle over the 200 moving average. This is going to be the bullish scenario for Bitcoin. But guys, with all this FUD in the markets, we're seeing that Bitcoin is pretty much stable within this range. So yes, I expect only a wick towards the downside, but actually I'm quite bullish at the moment. And guys, if you want a dollar cost average into Bitcoin, go down in the video description below and sign up to Bybit, where you can trade all of these on the spot market and on the leverage market, dollar cost average into altcoins or even Bitcoin. And guys, you can trade on the leverage market. I opened a position exactly in these levels because yes, we are in this major range, and I've been trading in these areas where we saw this dump towards the downside. I opened the position exactly here and I exited exactly at the top here. So guys, yes, I expect that we're going to see the price movement come back into this range. And if you want to trade all of these moves, guys, make sure to sign up to Bybit, where you get a major deposit bonus of 30,000 US dollars. And guys, let's go back over to the charts, because yes, at the moment we are seeing that the dollar index is getting into this major resistance. We saw this dump towards the downside, and if we go over to the daily chart, we can see, yes, we came all the way back into this major resistance zone, and like I told you, I expected we're going to see this pump into this range, and that we could expect, yes, that the dollar index is going to come all the way back down to retest this breakout point. But if we look at the bigger perspective, then we can see we had this high and that the dollar index is forming lower highs. And at the moment, yes, we have this high here, but this is not a higher high. So we have to see that the dollar index forms this higher high in comparison to the previous highs, and that we could expect, yes, that the dollar index is going to form a higher low. So this would be ultimate bearish for the price movement of Bitcoin. But if we're going to see this continuation towards the downside, we could expect a massive pump for Bitcoin. And that's why dollar cost average into Bitcoin, B for crypto, and we see each other in the next video.